Hi, I'm John Gray, your Mars Venus health coach, educating you with other options to help you be healthy and happy for your life. So today we're talking about better sleep for men. What happens as men as we get older is we start sleeping less and less, and that goes right along with lower levels of testosterone being produced. Right at age 35, our sleep starts to be broken. We don't sleep as long, and we're not producing as much of the very important hormone called testosterone, which is necessary for us to cope with stress. If we don't get a good night's sleep, we don't make enough testosterone. If we don't make enough testosterone, we're less motivated during the day. We do less, and if we don't accomplish and achieve as men, what happens is we don't use up our testosterone. It's actually using up our testosterone as we solve problems, fix things, get things done, achieve goals, face urgencies and emergencies, be responsible for things, sacrifice for a noble cause. All those activities release testosterone and lower our stress levels. That's what keeps our stress down. Now, lots of men are concerned with heart disease. So many men die of heart disease. And the reason we have heart disease is our testosterone levels are low. Testosterone, because it's responsible for lowering stress, high stress is what causes heart disease. So it's the number one risk factor for heart disease is low testosterone. But also without testosterone, our libido is going to be less. Our sexual performance is going to be less. We find that we're less interested in sex. This is not just getting old. This is not getting old. This is low testosterone. Ideally, you're thinking about sex your whole life. You're enjoying sex. You're motivated to have sex. Sex is one of the most fulfilling things if you have testosterone. When it becomes less important, unimportant, backseat, it's not like, it's because your testosterone levels are lower. That means your energy levels are lower. That means your masculinity is starting to, lessen and lessen and lessen. Estrogen levels are starting to increase. So you start getting this what's called estrogen dominance, more estrogen than testosterone. You don't sleep well at night as a result of it because your stress levels are higher. So what keeps us from falling asleep, if you have difficulty falling asleep, it's high stress. But one of the big problems for men as well is waking up in the night, not sleeping through the night. Now, I know that one of the things that causes us not to sleep through the night is with stress, and as men are getting older, as testosterone levels are dropping, they start having a swelling of the prostate. I'll do a whole presentation on that, but that thing causes you to not be able to fully release your bladder completely when you urinate. So you find yourself getting up in the night wanting to pee, getting up in the night wanting to pee. Every time you get up, you're interfering with the depth of your sleep, which could actually produce more testosterone for you. So you really need solid sleep through the night. Anything you can do to get solid sleep through the night. So on one hand, you need prostate help, so you're not waking up. One product that does that, just very quickly, but I would go hear my talk on prostate, but it's called Om24. Om24 in the morning. It's an extract of green tea. It will help take away the inflammation in the bladder, so you don't feel the need to wake up and go to the pee all the time. So 1 or 2 capsules of Om24 first thing in the morning. In a few days, you find you're not peeing and you're sleeping through the night. So sometimes that's the answer to sleeping through the night, is just getting this ingredient that comes out of green tea that they extract in the product Om24. So that's one thing you can do. Another one is to make sure that, as your prostate starts to swell, you just don't empty your bladder, so it's never fully emptying, and it's these long pees and it kind of stops in between. That's bad news. That's the foundation for prostate cancer later, so you want to correct that right away. Lots of products on the market. What I found works really, really well for that is something called Swedish flower pollen. Swedish flower pollen, tiny little pills. They're like really little. Take 3 of those a couple times a day, and you'll be like thunder. Niagara Falls is coming out of you. So that's really good. It also improves sexual function. But more importantly, is you're going to sleep through the night. Sleep through the night, you're going to have testosterone levels. You're going to be a healthy man. Otherwise, you're going to be an old man and get older and older and not lose your vitality. So sleep is everything for a man. As far as muscles go, you've got to keep your muscles if you want energy. It's the mitochondria in your muscles that produce energy. As you stop using your muscles, as they start shrinking, you have less energy factories. Now you're like low motivation, you're tired, but you don't really get a good night's sleep. So what's going on here with the muscles is we need to use our muscles. So men need to work out or use your muscles or do yoga, something where you're using your muscles at least 2 times a week. Okay, so what you do is you use them, you work out, then you rest. It's when you rest that your muscles rebuild. It's when you rest that your testosterone levels go up. You have to make sure in your life that you're not working all the time. If you're working all the time, your stress levels will be super high. You know what they do in many parts of the world? You've heard the term siesta. You know, when I heard about siesta, I always thought it was the little guy sitting there sleeping. Okay, siesta is just relax. Don't be working. You don't always sleep. You don't always nap, but you just relax. You just sit back. You hang out. You know, you talk. You might read a book. You read the news. You watch a TV show. All these relaxing things are known to rebuild your testosterone levels. And when you have healthier testosterone levels, your stress level will go down. You will sleep better at night. Now you want to, but if you're low in testosterone, you got to sleep better to raise it up. And if you have, so if you're low in testosterone, you're not going to sleep good. And you're not going to get the sleep necessary to raise the testosterone to lower the stress so you sleep better. So it's like this cycle. It gets worse and worse. This is where supplements come in. So this is one of my favorite supplements for this I've seen work. It's one of the biggest sellers in the health food stores, whatever. It's called Tranquil Sleep by Natural Factors. And the main ingredients in there are melatonin. You'll see this in a lot of different sleep products. Melatonin, which is what your brain makes if you're relaxed. You have serotonin and there's darkness. It will convert into melatonin, put you right to sleep. So melatonin, it's got 5-HTP, which is extract of graphonia seed that converts into serotonin, and serotonin converts into melatonin in order to keep you sleeping through the night. And it's got something called L-theanine, which is another extract from green tea. It's the calming aspect of green tea. So you get those three ingredients together. It's called Tranquil Sleep. You can get it in a chewable or a capsule. That will immediately put you to sleep and start breaking the cycle of not sleeping enough. So once you're sleeping enough, then you're starting to make more testosterone. And if you just make some behavioral changes in your life where you're having regular sex, ideally at least once a week. I mean, if you're not having sex once a week, you're going to die soon. But it should ideally 2 to 3 times a week when you can get it in there. That's the ideal. And the best is to have sex with someone you love. Okay? Because when you have sex with someone you love, all kinds of other hormones are going to be regenerated. So this is where the relationship information comes in that I talk about. To anticipate being able to make somebody happy that you love is a major stress reducer because it releases your testosterone. So to be in love, to have love in your life, this is worthwhile. This is tremendous gift to your health and your vitality. It's shown that married men who are happily married men sleep better, have less heart disease, less cancer. They don't age as fast. They live longer. All those things happen from a happy relationship. But happy relationship is really hard to have if you're stressed out or your partner's stressed out. So sleep is really the most important thing there is. It's hard to go out and tell people, oh, you need to sleep, because when they're stressed out, they can't sleep. So you got to lower the stress so they sleep. They sleep, it then makes the hormones that will lower their stress. So one of the ways in there is to start treating the symptoms very quickly with Tranquil Sleep. You won't always need to take it. But what is a good thing to be taking, I've been doing it for 10 years, not Tranquil Sleep, but my Mars Venus Wellness Solution, which is all of the nutrients necessary to make the brain chemicals so that I will sleep deeper in the night. And that, of course, is my shake, which has got the easy-to-digest protein and other brain nutrients to help the brain make brain chemicals, along with super minerals to activate the enzymes in the brain to make the brain chemicals, as well as a lemon aloe vera drink in order to help detoxify the body. Another thing that is excellent for sleeping as well as to provide the foundation for good sleep is two things. One is Manos Extreme, which is an extract of aloe vera that reduces inflammation in the body, helps detoxify the body, so inflammation goes away. It helps to regulate your sleep cycle, so your autoimmune disease, your parasympathetic nervous system is functioning at night, and your sympathetic nervous system is functioning during the day. If this cycle, we're supposed to go to sleep and then wake up during the day, this cycle is regulated by the body's immune system, and the active ingredient to activate that cycle is something called mannose. Mannose is in all these different mushrooms like cordyceps and reishi mushroom and so forth, but it's also very active in a product called Manos Extreme that comes from aloe vera. So that helps to regulate the sleeping at the right time as well. So these are some practical solutions that you can begin right now, getting rid of those symptoms and then beginning to regulate your sleep and turning your whole life around with healthy hormones. I do a whole presentation on healthy hormones for men that you can also check out.